Alright geeks, so I'm finally cracking this wave open. This wave has been sitting on my couch for, I think this is the third week now. I've just been so busy, haven't been able to get to it. This and the retro wave I've had for about 2 weeks. So we got Sunspot here in his X-Force costume. He joined X-Force in the little break I had with my hiatus from reading, so I actually never saw Sunspot in X-Force, and I didn't even know he was in X-Force till recently because I had a big gap from when I stopped reading to when I picked up again. But I dig the way he looks. I wanted a Sunspot in his New Mutants outfit because I was a big reader of New Mutants. I have most of the collection, but I'll take this as all I can get from right now. So looking at him in the front of the box, I can see from now, I'm about 3 feet away from the box, I can already see that his paint is jacked up on his chest, so not happy about that. All right, wicked picture on the side, digging that. And the box art on the back. Marvel Sunspot. In his solar form, Sunspot possesses supreme power and cosmic durability of a supernova. Yeah, so I was reading online that he got a power boost after I stopped reading, so I'm gonna have to go back and look at that and see what he's talking about. Because one of the things I didn't like about him when he was originally with the New Mutants is he was super strong and real dope, but he had no durability. He had nothing above a normal human, so he can get knocked out real easily. So even though he was super strong, he would rush in and take on other strong characters. If you hit him in the chin the right way, he was down for the count. So you got an X-Force theme back in there if you want to take some pics. There is Roberto chilling in his cage, and yes, he has those power accessories that don't fit on the wrist properly and they fall off. Man, love it. See Havoc and Polaris. Cool figure with disappointing power effects. Booty shot. Scene one, seen them all, but this time in black. And you got the front half of Strong Guy's torso. Now, Strong Guy, I must say, he is the laziest but coolest named superhero ever. As whack as Strong Guy is, it just fits. It's so perfect. All right, so I will say this for old Roberto. Didn't see in the promo shots that he had the energy bubbles coming off his back. I'll give Hasbro props for that. You know, I give them heat for some of the stuff they do over and over again, but they could have left that off. And that little touch just really adds to the figure. Now, I wish he had some maybe coming out the back of his legs, but I'm not gonna complain because that's pretty awesome that they did that. And original. Man, I'm starting to think somebody played with my Sunfire because he's got scratches and scuffs all over him. His paint, it looks like somebody dropped him before they put him in the package. But anyway, there's a shot of the back where you can see the energy bubbles coming off his shoulders. So I bet the pitch for this figure was like, yo, why not do Sunspot? We don't even have to use money to paint his face. So basically what you have here is an unpainted head sculpt. And it looks good because he's solid black in the comic book. So yeah, so don't take it as me saying it as a gripe. I'm just trying to be funny or whatever. But yeah, so the face sculpt looks good. I like the way they got the cheeks around the nose. It looks really natural. Lips look natural. The hair kind of sits kind of funny, but that might be the style it was in the comic book because it does look kind of 90s. But yeah, the head sculpt is good. And you see he's got that collar around his neck, similar to the one that just came on Apocalypse. Yep, and it goes into his shoulders there. You can lift it up, I think. Can you? Yeah, you can lift it up. I'm not going to pull it out of there because I don't know if it's permanent or not. But it's very similar to the one that's on Apocalypse. So check your paint. Here's one of the scuffs I was talking about. You can see the blue bleeding through from under where he has a scratch on his chest. Mine has some sloppy paint here on the bicep. You can see the blue just kind of sloshes over. He actually has scuffs right here. So I was joking before, but I actually think somebody may have dropped him because that looks like somebody dropped on the floor and just kind of scuffed him. Otherwise, paint looks decent. Serial number is right where we don't want it to be. Thanks, Hasbro. Now the boots, it's got yellow stripes. They're painted fairly neatly, although they start to fade towards the edge and the blue bleeds through. Articulation. All right, so the head, I was just playing with it, bumps into the solar effects on his back. That ear hits it. So you could turn it, but it's gonna push those back. And then his little hair ribbon that goes around his head, or sorry, his eye mask, it gets caught up on those too when you're turning. So you wanna be careful. And the collar also gets caught on the side of his chin. So I'm sure you can do a full 360, but I don't think you want to because it's not made for that. So how far do we go back? Not far. His head butts into all this stuff back here. So straight ahead, looking back. And down. So not a lot of head range there. You can look disappointed, but not melancholy. Double jointed elbow with good range. Look at that, he's just about touching his mouth. If I just apply a little bit of pressure, he does touch his mouth. And the arm will get up parallel with the shoulder, no higher. This guy stays in his cocoon, no butterfly joints. So you get the standard shoulder hinge there, and that's as far back as it goes. And then when you come into the front, can't get that dip in that you usually get with the butterfly joint. Never understand why Hasbro does that. They have a butterfly joint for a new one for what? Almost 2 years now? Year and a half, and somehow does not make it into a brand new figure. Got a 360 on the bicep swivel, and of course the shoulder joint does go 360 also. What about this wrist? 360. How far down can we go? Don't get a lot of movement there. Let's try the other one. Maybe have some more luck there. Yep. Bong. Bada boom. Okay, so you get up and down movement there. The other one just needs to be loosened up. Cool. What about that torso? Okay, I can't look at the side with the scuff on his chest. Let's turn him the other way. All right, cut, roll him. What about that torso action? How many clicks do we get? We get 1 click, 2 clicks. Oh, my back hurts. All right, 1, 2 click up. We got going back, 1 click, 2 big clicks. Oh. And the hips don't lie. 360 swivel around. Sorry, I'm off center a little bit. Forgive me, folks. What about these legs? Oh, smooth, kind of loose. Yep, smooth and loose on the other one too. Do we have, yep, we have liftoff. Got calf swivel and double jointed knee. How far back do we go? Does he kick his butt? Let's see. Not quite. Nope. What about the other leg? Nope. Ooh, split range is atrocious. Hold on, let me see if I'm doing something wrong. No, I am not. Oh man, he can barely get on a horse. That is whack. All right, folks in the comments, let me know what body this is. This is obviously an older body. His shortcomings are glaring. All right, people, we have moonwalk. He can point his toes straight down, and you can lift him up pretty high. That's good. Foot is on a rocker, and it's pretty loose in a good way. A lot of times the rocker is really stiff, so you can go left and right with it. Up and down. Good. Tap your foot, tap your foot, tap your foot. Twerk action. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt it out, you don't condone it. Found another scuff right back here on the thigh. You can see the red bleeding through. Looks like somebody scratched it with a knife. And that seam, there's a lot of red bleed through. So the paint on this guy's pretty much sloppy overall. Again, because like I'm sitting 2.5, 3 feet away from him and pointing that stuff out. So this is the type of paint. These are the type of paint flaws that you'll see on the shelf. A lot of times you have paint flaws, once you put them up on the shelf, you don't really notice it, but the fact that I'm almost 3 feet away from this figure and I'm easily picking these out with my bad eyesight means that it's no bueno. Overall, he's a decent figure. I wouldn't say don't get him. I mean, he's hot and that's your only Sunspot you can get. But make sure if you have a choice and you're in the stores to look at all the Sunspot figures and pick the one with the best paint job, because man, I got one that is pretty sloppy. All right, so check out the scores right here. Let me know what you think, if you agree or disagree. As always, like, subscribe, leave comments, sound off, and turn on notifications. Till next time, geek out.